Grandpa.
Everyone say hi.
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 Nice picnic we had today.
Very nice.
All these people brought all the good food.
Perfect weather.
Yeah.
Good company.
Lots of fishing, but
And
not
good
much fish.
A lot of good food.
A lot of good food.
That's the main thing on the picnic, isn't it? The food?
Hi!
Yeah, the people do.
We're having
Good company.
a right good time, huh?
Who are you? Look at that, they're even kissing.
That's one way to get it up, fellas.
Yeah. And over here we have some.
Did they kill the fish yet?
I don't know. They're working around it.
I hope they worked around it.
You guys done?
Nope, I'm finding another stick. And we're looking for another rock.
So what are you doing?
We're remodeling. Okay, Javier, you're gonna fall in. Which one? That one?
This would be worthwhile to have a hip waiter.
I don't know how deep that is out there.
Right here I measured 24 feet.
Say hi.
Yeah,
Hi.
can't see down because it's overcast and clouds.
No, drop off all of a sudden. Hey, this is no show. I know she goes down.
Oh, yeah.
Around that corner, you know, yeah, I guess they're two twins down at the same time.
Here comes the wave maker. We've lost both of them. Tragic.
One kid's gonna get her color, you can see. Actually, but the big big, it's under all the time.
They're trying harder.
Yeah, you want anything? You want anything? Are you putting the fire out or building it? You're choking it.
Are we done eating?
Yeah, I think pretty much.
Oh, the water steam.
Yeah, there's one.
Water spoon.
That's probably why they got all the wood on the water.
I think it'll wipe out. Woo!
That was good.
You blocked my view. Woo! Did you get that? Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, we're at Prineville Reservoir State Park. And we had a nice night camping. And now we're down by the reservoir boat ramp day use area. There's the reservoir. There's a couple of people that keep following me. I don't know what they're up to. And supposedly they're doing some kind of kayaking thing over here, so we're going to walk over there and see about the kayak. Are we on?
You are on.
Okay.
Pick up a paddle and start going.
Yeah, we're all going to go on a kayak ride here in a little bit. First time ever.
Go ahead, I talk. I'm getting closer.
Okay. Savio, say something.
Cheese! Are you going to swim with the sharks?
We're going to go out there and kayak around the sharks? Yeah.
Are you going to go watch the stars tonight?
Yeah.
Are you going to look at the sun today? We're going to have sun viewing.
Okay.
water's so warm.
It is warm.
Real.
There's a medium large. Okay, why don't you two grab a tandem?
You two go together?
Grab a paddle. Grab a
Who
paddle.
wants to go? You want to go with me or you want to go with Savio? Okay, we're going to go together. One of you is going to have to go alone and one of you is going to take Savio.
do it a little.
Okay?
So, go in the purple one. How's that sound?
Okay.
We take this, the purple one.
Purple one over there.
How about you take the black water, the orange boat right there?
I'll take Savio for
2 and 2?
One of these.
Okay, who's the,
Savio, you're over here. The red one.
we got it in order. Okay.
Is it red?
You two in a red one?
A single one.
Wanna go Savio?
No, wait a minute. Not that one. These ones are going in that one. You'll go one of these over here.
Orange.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you
Like the yellow one?
Do you have paddles? Gotta grab some paddles before you hop in the water. Alright, we got one little. Who's going with this guy?
I think the way the
You are?
water runs.
Right in here? Are you gonna give him a paddle?
I don't think you should have a paddle unless we want to fish it out of the water later.
Okay, well why don't you two go in the yellow one then? He can sit up kind of between your legs.
There you go.
Alright, you two are in the red one.
We go together then?
Oh, he's not going to give the instructions. this
Leah,
time,
do you want to go singles?
You'd rather go together for sure.
We've got, oh wait, no, we've got another double here. Right here. Yep. And before you go all the way to the water, slide it back. Come on, go for it. Hop
You
on.
guys better wait.
Then slide it in. All right, everybody, before we slide in, we've got one more single here.
One
Any
more single there,
takers?
Christina. Right there. Well, I didn't know there was. Maybe
Okay.
that's his.
You want a single? Blue or red? What's a better color?
Pero.
Blue. All right.
I don't know how much tape's left, but it's all I got with me, so.
Grab a paddle. All right, everybody. Loose hips, no flips. That's the whole key. Those that are in tandem, try and paddle in unison. It's really hard to do. Everyone wants to be their own people, but the person in front is the leader. So the person in front takes a stroke on this side, the person in back takes a stroke on this side.
And
If
don't
we're
stand in front of me,
looking at our
Ken.
paddle,
Okay, I was just going
the
to.
side that's
Oh, go ahead. I'm
towards
sorry.
us, so that's the side we want to see. And if you notice some
That
of the
blue one
paddles
needs help,
are shaped
too.
like this, the farthest point out is up. So you need to grab your paddle and
Huh?
flip it like this.
Oh, they're going
So
now.
go up and stick, yeah, do a paddle twirl for me. There you go. All right, you need to do a paddle twirl as well. And watch everyone around you, don't smack them in the head. You also need to do a paddle twirl. There we are, there we are. And in the yellow boat, a paddle twirl for me, just one half. You want to be able to read what's on the blade. And that's upside down, so go like this. So the writing's right side up.
How hard are these to flip over?
Very easy. Loose hips, no flips. Both of you do not look at the fish on the same side of the boat. You have a paddle? But what happens if we do flip over? We're in a big, huge lake.
We drown.
No, we don't drown. We laugh and we giggle and then we hop back in. All right, see Dinosaur Rock over here. Everyone look towards Dinosaur Rock and start paddling that direction. Yeah, they're all rentals, so treat them that way. So the whole key is to keep your eyes on the rock Don't let the front of your boat veer off. Keep it in your vision.
Okay, we're done kayaking and now we're on the discovery hike. So far we're just hiking through the campground. But I have a hunch we're going to take that stairway down to the boat ramp we went to last night and walk down that trail. That's how he is.
Is that right?
She actually, when we got her, you have to take her to the vet. She explained it.
Oh. Oh, God, how did that happen?
I don't know, she was either hit by a car or kicked. And it seemed like she was kicked because there was no scratches anywhere, nothing was broken. Just someone kicked her in the stomach.
We've been walking out here. You start talking, and next thing you know, it's like, oh my gosh! Oh, folks need to be back. Oops. As Paul said, I'm Carrie Gordon. I'm the geologist here with the Ochoco National Forest, and Ron Halverson is the botanist with BLM. And we're going to be talking about rocks and plants this morning. So I do want to start with saying, if you have any questions, do feel free to go ahead and ask questions. All right, I kind of have this feeling about geology is that it really is the underpinnings of everything that we see, the water and the plants and the animals, and we interact with the rocks and what the rocks have done through time. We need to think about this. I need to get you situated here a little bit. Think about the Empire State Building. It's 1,250 feet tall. Okay, we're talking, make that equivalent to 4.5 billion years, basically the age of the Earth. We're only going to be talking about the top 15 feet of that building, and actually people don't even show up until up on top of the steeple and a little piece of paper sitting on top of the steeple. So we're basically talking about the last 60 million years. Now this is a nice warm tropical climate. It was, a nice warm ocean environment right in through here, very much like around the Gulf of Mexico, Panama, just very pleasant. We were basically the ocean. Then we had the first of our two major volcanic episodes about 40 million years ago, around a period of time around then. The Klarno Formation was deposited. And actually, we're standing in Klarno Formation right here. Klarno Formation is what is termed the pyroclastics. It's basically all of those lava flows, rhyolites and andesites and tuff flows that come flowing out of volcanoes. So this was the first major episode. Then period of quiet time, a little bit of deposition, some erosion, and then we had the next big volcanic episode about 27 million years ago. And about in that, there was about a 10 million year, 20 million year time frame there where we had the deposition of the John Day Formation. How many of you have been to this state park before? Okay, a few people have been. When you're coming down the hill after you pass the you're in John Day, right where the store was when you were coming across that little valley. That's John Day Formation. And then when you came around the corner, there was that pretty little ridge and that little narrow inlet of water that came in. And I think it's called Dinosaur Ridge. Is that the local name for that is Dinosaur? Mm-hmm. That's a little bit of John Day Formation arching out into the reservoir right here. And we also... This is one of the things about being a geologist. Mm-hmm. We get to play with colorful maps. We get to play with crayons sometimes too, and it makes life a lot of fun. About Klarno Formation, but it's here, and we've got a little bit of this pink is also Klarno Formation. So you can see as we right along the edge of the reservoir, which this funny green, the state map kind of puts odd colors on things. So this is the reservoir. So we're basically in Klarno Formation, and you actually, the bright red on this map, you actually came through a little landslide. So this country is not a whole lot different than the west side of the Cascades or the Coast Range. We have our landslides too. You can see some more of it up north of us here. Pine ash, sand silt size. And the thing that we benefited from that is what Ron's going to be talking about. We had the opportunity to get a lot of lush vegetation that probably wouldn't be growing here today if we didn't have that 1.5 foot of fine ash capping everything. The other interesting thing about this area is that the Strawberries to the east of us and the Cascades to the west were glaciated, had alpine glaciers on them. The Ochoco's didn't. We weren't quite high enough. So we ended up not being quite as we were probably pretty cold and had a lot of snow, but we didn't get those carving activities that go on with alpine glaciers that carve off the volcanoes. Speaking of which, that lovely crest of beautiful scenic volcanoes on the crest of the Cascades, those are baby volcanoes. Those are 2 million years old. Am I right about that? Roughly 2 million years old or younger. So we're talking some pretty baby mountains when you're talking about the 27 to 40 million year old rocks that we're standing in here. This afternoon about sisters and what's going on with South Sisters. So I'd highly encourage you to take an opportunity to listen to that talk. So that's basically a nutshell. It's really, I know that's really fast and quick as far as what the geology is that we're in. Something that I'd like you to take a look at as we're walking back and looking at the plants is looking at the soils and how the soils have developed on the rocks. And if you take a look at like this type of material, you're looking at something here that has quite a bit of clay in it. And that's pretty typical of the Clarno and the John Day Formation. In fact, it's kind of nice today because we have an opportunity. It's a little moist out here. Normally, we don't get the opportunity to, it's pretty dry and dusty, and we're picking up dust as we're walking down. But one of the things that you can know when you have clay is if you can roll it into tiny little roll eggs. And it's kind of the fun thing about being a geologist is you get to play with the dirt and the rocks. It's kind of fun. The other thing that I'd like you to look at as we're walking back along is we pick up some different rocks along the way. And they change shape and they're kind of rounded. So I'd kind of like you to see if you can pick out where that is and what we're looking at.
The geology here in Central Oregon.
Ron, would you like to take off?
How many of you folks are from Central Oregon? The face on this side of the mountains is as far as plant growth, moisture. You know, we get about 8 to 10 inches of precipitation a year here in this area, and that's not a whole lot. And the vegetation you see, along with the soil types, is primarily a product of how much moisture you get. And there's various aspects of, various factors that contribute to how much moisture a plant can receive. You know, it's not always just as important what comes down from the sky, but it's also what's important is what's available to the plant after everything else happens to it. And one factor is elevation. Generally, the higher you are in elevation around here, the more moisture you get. Another factor is this exposure of the slope. South slopes obviously get more sun radiation during the day, and throughout the year, they're going to be drier and hotter. North slopes, facing away from the sun most of the year, are going to have more moisture available to the plant. You know, water comes out of the sky. Some of it evaporates before it hits the ground. Some of it lands on trees, and it'll sit there until it evaporates. Some of it drips through. Some of it goes into the soil. Some of it's used by plants. But for the plants on the ground, the more moisture that can come through all these processes, all these interferences to the ground, the better off the plant's going to be. We can talk about some of the plant species that occur here, and we will. But to me, in this area, this part of the state, one of the most interesting stories is about this western juniper tree. You've probably seen these trees. I had some family came here a couple weeks ago for a visit. They're from back in Pennsylvania. They said, "What are all the cedar trees you have around here?" Well, it's all western juniper. This happens to be one of the largest concentrations of western juniper in the country here in Central Oregon. Older, maybe an extreme example of an older juniper tree. Looks like it's about on its last legs here. But they can be pretty old. It's not uncommon to have these trees be over 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
There's been some research done in the area, and they found a tree that was 1,600 years old. So that's pretty old for a tree. It indicates a lot of growth going on every year. These older trees don't do that. They kind of just make them have a moss underneath the tree, and there's probably some of that tree there, as well as a bunch of litter or dead plant material that builds up over the years. Younger trees aren't going to have so much of that. And that's kind of a good way to tell an old-growth tree. And a lot of these characteristics don't develop until a tree's 150 years old. So it takes a while.
So what's the average age of these? About 200, 250?
I would say some of these probably approach 700, 800 years old. But I'm not going to guess. Because there's so many factors can influence how big a tree gets compared to its age. You know, we have trees that are probably, you know, a third this size that may be 1,000 years old. And it's because the environment. That again is a local weight. Actually, the correct common name, the common name for it is curved pod milkweed. pods when they mature almost to 180 degrees in their shape. And those little purple flowers you've been seeing around here are called line leaf Phacelia. You can tell it's a good year. I mean, these plants are really tall and got lots of flowers. Last year we were doing good to find plants that tall with one flower. And this is a wonderful year for them. As disturbance occurs, your native plants tend to go out, your new species tend to come in, and cheatgrass loves disturbance. So for whatever reason, we get more cheatgrass the closer we get to human use.
Smile.
I want to point out this little plant here.
There's something dead there.
Another milk grass here.
Put your head on its chest.
I don't want to take pieces of it. Fine over here.
Called Persian milkfish. Flowers pretty early in the season. But anything about it, the big fluffy white pod it produces. It's really pretty neat looking. That plant right in front of you there, that grass. That's last year's flower stems there, but that's Indian rice grass and state grass in Nevada. Actually, in Nevada, the seed is actually harvested by Native Americans.
Tom bought that one. What did you pay for yours, Tom?
$4.50 delivered in 1992. So they're a little more now. But that's $600.
Where's the owl?
Where is the owl?
There's the owl.
Oh, wow.
Here, that's a golden eagle in over there, and this is a great horned owl. It's like a statue kind of. Yeah, so you can see how big their eyeballs are.
But first I go get, you know.
We have some owls you can insect or star charts you can make.
All right, so that's for sure. She's pretty, isn't she?
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. Are those tufts on top of her head? Are those her ears?
Yep. Yeah.
You think? Well, she's fooled you because they really aren't at all. There, so she fits into trees. Because with those, she's a lot more camouflaged. She can, so things don't see her very much. Oh, yeah. She's just show you what you're holding. We brought our nocturnal falcons. You want to hold a mouse right now? Sure. Active?
At night.
At night, absolutely. That's why we brought her to the star party. We thought it was fitting. We're looking at animals that live right here on this planet Earth and how they've changed and how they've adapted in order to survive best at night. So, Mariah here is a great horned owl, which is a raptor, and most owls are nocturnal, which means they're active at night. And so we're looking at her top, and those tufts are called plumicorns. Plumicorns is a fancy word for those. And it allows her to be really, really well camouflaged in a tree.
Nice
It's
and
pretty cool, you know, because if there's a nice round, there's never roundness in a
Did it
tree.
tickle?
So when you have little spiky things
Yeah.
coming out of your head,
It's
it
not
allows you to be more
hurting me.
camouflaged. Well, another little myth about owls is that they're super, super wise.
You.
Well, they aren't stupid by any means,
Ask her
but this is a
if she
skull
will
of
give
an
you
owl
a-
right here, right? Do you see
black
how
one.
big its eyes are? All right, it fills up most of its skull. And if owls were the size of humans, their eyes would be as big as grapefruit, which is huge, all right? Whereas our eyes are about the size of grapes. It's a big, big difference. So most of her skull is filled up with her eyes, and so there's not a ton of room for a big, huge brain, which is why she's not extremely intelligent or extremely wise. But the reason she's perceived as being wise is, look, she's always turning. She's always turning her head. Why is she always turning her head? Who knows? What do you think, Brianna?
Because she's looking for food.
She's looking around
She's
maybe
looking
for
at that
food.
food.
Yeah? Who else knows why? Because of that, she's specially adapted to be able to move her head really far around. And she has extra vertebrae in her neck. We have 7 in our neck, where she has 14. That allows her to better turn her head around. She can't turn her head all the way around, because if she was able to turn her head in 360 degrees, you know, it'd be like a soda pop bottle and her head would pop off. But she can move it 270 degrees, whereas we can typically just turn ours about 180 degrees, which is super, super cool on an owl's part. So, let's see. I I need a volunteer. Come on up. Somebody, doesn't matter. So, point it to your ears. Where are they? They're right here? Right here. So they're straight across from each other. You think you'd look kind of silly if you had one ear up here and one ear down here?
Yeah.
You would look kind of silly, right? But do you know what? That's how most owls' ears are. One's up here, one's down here. That's because it's better able to pinpoint through space where the prey is. Because if we blindfolded ourselves and somebody was clapping around the area, we would simply just be able to point in that direction. We wouldn't be able to point up or down where that was. And by having ears up and down like this, they're able to pinpoint that sound. Robin's beak, huh? Looks a little bit different. Why do you think that might be different?
Because it kind of different than because it's going down.
Yeah, it curves down. Do you think that the things that robins eat and the things that owls eat are a little bit different? Yes, quite a lot. So that's for really piercing through flesh in order to eat the little bitty small mammals that it likes to eat so much. You don't know that Mariah can't fly. She only has one wing. So moving right along down her body, she's got
That's her wing.
She's got very cool wings here. It's quite a bit different than other raptors' wings.
That isn't really her wing, is it?
No, this
Oh,
isn't
okay.
her wing. That'd be a little creepy, huh?
She'd be shy and funny. One wing.
Yep. And everyone, I don't know if everyone heard, but she is missing her right wing. We found her about 15 years ago,
Oh.
and caught up in a barbed wire fence, and they amputated it. And so we're using her under an educational permit. That's the reason we have her. But what goes flying at night, do you think it wants to be making all this ruckus as it goes hunting down that little yummy mouse? I don't think so. So by having fringes on the edge of its wing, it allows it to be very stealthy, very quiet.
And that's a little.
You see this up here? That's talons. All right, what are those talons used for? All
Grabbing
right.
things.
Yeah,
I'm grabbing.
for grabbing things. So they swoop down and they grab their prey and they pierce it.
I know, because sometimes we have some robins swoop down and hunt for hawks. We have them swoop down and look
You see
at it. And we also saw that kind of hawk.
You did? Cool. Notice their talons are kind of scaly. Like that? See that?
Yeah.
Well, an owl's has feathers all over it. Why do you think that it has feathers? Does anyone over here have an idea? Any idea?
Take a guess.
What's that?
So they can be quiet when they swoop down.
Again.
Well, we spent the day down here. After the kayaks, we went to some lectures on space stuff in there. And we looked at a bunch of meteorites and things in there. And there's some telescopes back there. And then there's some more set up back here under these covers. And some other ones they're going to put up later tonight. And they'll have a bunch of star watching down here tonight. So we're going to go eat dinner now. Now we're down here fishing. Got a couple catfish so far. Christina just got another one. That's 2 for her. John Paul got him a big one. Whee! Michael's cut him a cricket.
Can you hear it on the tape?
Turn him so the sun's shining on him.
It
Turn.
might jump.
Well, turn him so the sun hits him. I can't see him. Turn your hand so the sun hits him. There you go. Doesn't want to focus. Yeah, I'd again recommend reading that letter. It's on the Vatican website.
Excuse me,
All
what?
right, 5:15, finally got light enough to see something. Up to the hog's back.
I don't know. Not around
on your list?
They don't have that.
Is this where we get the crampons?
Yeah.
Want some Red Bull?
Way down.
Like major caffeine stuff. I'm up like 8 by 10.
Okay, we're up to the Bergschrund.
You really know what you're looking for.
People going up and people going down.
This wouldn't be a good place to fall. Print them out on an HP printer with HP paper. You betcha.
Mind us stepping ahead.
Getting there. Going through the pearly gates, almost there. Some of the people going around the other way. Kind of tricky. And the view down. Still tons of people coming up, and the shadow of the mountain. We are here. minute.
Give him a little slack. Go ahead, step forward a little bit.
I think that picket, let's put one like about like up here.
Don't go sideways. Don't stop.
And you can see the remnants of an avalanche from not too long ago. And down to there. Another little avalanche area. It's down to the sulfur vent down there. It's where all the smell comes from. Not much snow left on the cliffs anymore this year. It's the trail around Crater Rock. That's the sulfur vent. And this is the end of the trail around Crater Rock, where you smell all the sulfur and it really stinks bad. Bad enough to make a person puke. Okay, we go down right there, on that hill, and down to the left side of the ski slopes down there. And you can see the lodge way down there. Hopefully I can slide quite a ways.
He does. He had run out of some of them.